but hopefully
It's on now. You're live.
so
So,
you have everything right there. Okay, that's fine.
all right, YouTube is working. Hello, YouTube.
So hello YouTube, hello Facebook, social media, Instagram. We're not on TikTok, but in case we are somehow making it to TikTok, if it's still up and running by June, I think it's going to be out. But anyway, today's topic is training your children for marriage. I think it's an interesting topic. What really brought it to my attention, if they doing it for sure, is my daughter. Well, you can tell the story. I think you can tell it better than me.
I have numerous of stories.
No,
My
no,
daughter told me she wants to be like
this
me.
happened yesterday. She
Okay.
said that she wants to be just like you.
Yes.
Can you tell me that part?
Yes, she did. She said she grew up, she wants to be just like me. And I was so happy when she said that. I was like, oh, I must be doing something right. And she wants to dress like me. You know, I'm not even the most fashionable person. Look at this, guys. I wear this to church today. Okay. I wear pearls and a brown tan. I dress very modest and I don't have much style, but my daughter says she wants to dress like me. Oh, that just made me feel so good. Has your son wanted to dress like you yet?
I don't think so. He just
Has
dresses.
he told you he wants to be just like you when he grows up? I don't know.
No,
Maybe
he
you're not
hasn't,
doing something
no.
right.
No, he hasn't. No,
But
he doesn't have to. I want to be his own man, a good man, but his own man.
It felt good to have my daughter tell me that. So, But anyway, talking about excuse me, training up your children for marriage. Yesterday we were eating dinner together as a family, and I'm trying to recall the conversation. Oh, chicken wings. Trin is on this thing with chicken wings. She wants hot wings. She can eat them she said that's her favorite food. It used to be Chick-fil-A, now it's wings. And
took a long time to get off
a long time.
God, dog.
She was on Chick-fil-A for years, and I think she's finally let Chick-fil-A go. And now she's on Wingstop and Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's. But yesterday was Wingstop. And she had to get her hot wings. And when she has her food, y'all, she is so happy.
My daughter loves chicken.
Oh, she had them hot wings and fries. She had her ranch dip, and she was just smiling. I said, "You're so happy, aren't you?" And all she could do was smile. But anyway, as she was eating her chicken, her brother made a comment like, "Oh no!" Yesterday, I decided Trin doesn't know how to cook. She's a girl. I cook all the time. My daughter does not cook. She likes to draw. Her brother, on the other hand, likes to cook. And I've worked with him. So she says, I never let her in the kitchen with me or something, she says. So yesterday I was like, you know what? I have these apples that I need to do something with before they go bad. Let me see what all the ingredients I have. I looked around. I said, you know what, Tran? You want to make an apple cobbler? And she said, huh? I said, come in this kitchen with me. We're about to teach you how to cook. You got to learn how to cook something. And she said, okay. So she came in there, and I was her coach, and I just told her what to do. And she made a delicious apple cobbler. What do you say?
It was great. Actually, I think I don't know if it was a combination between both of you guys or not. Because typically, I mean, apple cobbler is not really my favorite dessert. I eat it, but it's not really my favorite dessert. But yesterday it was really good. I said, I have to say it was even better than what you normally make it.
That's fine. So he said that my daughter makes better apple cobbler than me. I take that as a compliment because guess who helped her? Me. But she did a very fine job making the cobbler. I told her she has to learn how to cook. But anyway, as we were around the dinner table, my son said, Mommy, why didn't you call me down to cook? I said, because I have to teach Tran how to cook. She said, yes, because I'm going to be a wife one day.
And she just said that on her own, right?
Right. She did.
So, yeah. So she said that on her own. Which actually, to me, that was a proud moment that, when your kids, start to realize it's like, okay, cool. I do want to be a wife, or I want to be a husband. I want to have a wife. I want to have a husband. And they started to try to emulate some of the things that that they see in you and your relationship and your marriage. And I truly believe that if you emulate good things, good behavior, of course, you always want to emulate, you're serving God, the Most High, but you also want to emulate things in your marriage where it's like, okay, I'm loving my wife. My wife is respecting me. And just unintentionally, you can also train your kids that way as well. And then I think it's like an unintentional type of training you can train your kids with, and there's an intentional type of training. When I told my wife yesterday, I was cutting the grass yesterday, right? And big work day, the yard day, and I said, I'm glad you're teaching her how, or you actually forced her to kind of learn how to cook, keep the apple cobbler. And I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Avatar, not Avatar 1, but Avatar 2. It's like, the big blue Indian aliens they have out there. There's a scene in the movie that I like in Avatar 2 where the tribesman says that we don't want our people to be useless. I was like, that kind of reminds me, like, you don't want your kids to be useless. You want to teach them a skill set. That's basically what he was saying, because that's when the main characters of the movie, they were coming to a different tribe. They were going to they were from a forest tribe, and they were going to an ocean tribe. And they said, well, you guys are from the forest. Everything you learned in the forest is not going to work in the ocean, because we're ocean tribe. And so we're going to teach you, our skill set, so you won't be useless. And we teach all our kids from the ground up, these skills, so they won't be useless. And I honestly believe that, we as, a couple, or if you just have children in general, you should teach them some type of skill set. Like, it's something that I haven't done, and I've been meaning to do it for a long time. I got to teach my son how to do an oil change. I need to hold myself accountable.
Change the tire.
And change the tire. I know how to do these things, but he does not. I have not taught him. I have not shown him how to do these things. And the thing is, though, these skill sets, if you know how to change your own oil, if you know how to change your tire or your windshield wiper, or you know how to cook, you know how to clean, you know how to fold your clothes and put them up. These skill sets can help you, in your marriage, help you kind of, like, cool. Somebody look at you like, wow, you can do all that stuff.
And let me interject and say, your kids are watching you. So a lot of times you don't even have to say anything to your children. They see you, whether they say anything or not. So you have to model what a marriage is like, because they see you. For instance, my son, right? I thought it was just me, but evidently not. He's junky. Like, I don't understand. I go in his room, and he can have a wrapper on the floor, a water bottle over there, clothes over here, bed unmade. It's just like, and he walks straight over it. And then I say, I'm going to clean it. It is clean. And I have to go up there and say, look, do you see that on the floor right there? Do you see that on the floor right there? And then, Lord, I don't want to open his closet, y'all. I feel like if I open his closet, I might have a panic attack. Something
he does too that I can't stand, the Cheez-It bag.
Takes the whole box of Cheez-Its upstairs.
Either there's a whole bag of cheese or a box of Cheez-Its. He just leaves it there for weeks.
And it's like the floor is a trash can or something, or it's like the trash can is right here, but the floor is a trash can too. But my point is that our kids watch us, and I tell my husband, yeah, your pile of clothes over there, he's watching that. So maybe.
Well, I say this, he does watch it, but
he sees that.
He sees that my pile of clothes, but I think he takes it and improves upon what.
Well, he's saying if Daddy can leave his piles of clothes over here, why can't I? And he takes it and he does it.
But you say you pay piles of clothes.
I have piles of clothes.
I have clothes.
Piles of clothes
in one area. In that one area,
two areas. Do you need me to go take a picture to remind you?
Wait, so the closet.
The closet. Pile of clothes, side of bed, pile of clothes.
Yeah, those clothes are in the closet that fold on the floor.
Well, I fold them for you and you put them on the floor, so I feel like I'm wasting my time. But that's not my point. It's okay. He will get.
I knew you were going there to try to.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying you have to be careful because your children are watching. Mm-hmm. Even me, they watch what I do.
Oh yeah.
And so I have to be careful, and also how we talk to each other. They hear that. Like the other day, we were fussing. What were we fussing about? In the car coming back from Austin.
You being wrong.
Oh Lord, Jesus!
I'm just saying that's what
the pastor say today. He said, "Jesus, Jesus."
You basically was wrong, and they agreed.
No. What were we fussing about in the car?
It was something so. Again, you were wrong about it, but I'm
rolling my eyes.
Yeah, it was something about I can't even think of it. It's such a small argument.
But the kids were like, Trent was like, "You guys, can you please stop fussing?" And so we really don't fuss in front of the kids and argue. I don't curse. He doesn't curse. And so they don't really see us doing much but joking around with each other most of the time. So your kids see that too. And that plays a role in their marriage. Like when they get married, if they see that their mom and dad did a lot of fussing and cussing, then they're going to think that's okay. That's just normal to be in a marriage like that. Mm-hmm. Or if they see their families, just in disarray all the time, that's what they're gonna think. They're just, and that'll be their normal. Mm-hmm. But for us, we pray together. So right now, sometimes they don't take prayer as serious, but they know.
I still think, well, it's like an indirect, because these are things that we do on a regular basis. As far as like we pray, we go to church, and we in the way we talk to each other. Things those are indirect cues that kids will take from their household, try to bring some things that try to bring to their household. But also as well, we're talking about training your kids for marriage. I think we should be very specific too. Of course, the oil change and stuff that teaches them how to, oil change, cooking out. That teaches them how to work for themselves too. Like as far as like being able to take care of themselves. But if you had to think about anything, what specific things do you wish you were taught or think you should be taught to just our children or anybody's children about the opposite sex, or getting married? Something that something you wish your mom or dad would have told you. And same for me. Something that I wish my mom or dad would have told me when it comes to getting married, instead of trying to figure everything out for myself.
For me, I think it would have been because my dad taught me how to cut the grass. I will get out there in a heartbeat and go cut that grass, and I will.
You can't cut the grass.
I can cut the grass.
I mean, if she taught you, I'm not gonna put that on your dad, because every time I try to let you cut the grass, it's been
I will get out there and cut that grass in a heartbeat. So my dad taught me how to get on the roof. I've been on the roof, y'all.
But all right, okay. So let me.
I'm telling you, these are typical things that women don't do. Women don't get out there and cut on typically.
Dad would teach you how to be independent.
He was trying to teach me how to be
that wasn't to me.
He wanted a boy.
That wasn't teaching you how to be a wife, in my opinion. That's just teaching you to be.
You said, what do you think? What do you wish your parents had taught you that help you in your marriage?
Help you in the marriage, but
that helped me in the marriage, cutting the grass.
But everything, no, it doesn't. I said you can do that, but you don't have to be married to cut the grass.
Huh?
You don't have to be married to cut the grass.
But I'm saying that can help.
That teaches you to be independent.
Okay.
So give you something like, you wish your mom or dad taught you to help you in the marriage. As I say, like in the dating phase, like before you were even married, like let me give you an example. Okay. So, all right. So when I was coming up, when I was dating, when I was a teenager, something I wish my mother or my father would have taught me is like, okay, Jamal, this is the type of woman you want to look for. You want to look for a woman, of course, that you are attracted to, but a woman that has a good head on her shoulders, and she has these qualities. That she comes from a good household. These things that you want to look for. These are things that she wants, that she has, that you want her to do in order to be a good wife. And then after that, these are things you need to do to be a good husband. You want to have a decent job. You want to have basically like, okay, cool. How do I call her? Like, how do you, like, you have to go up there and talk to her, son, like talk to her this way and that way. Tell her about yourself. Tell her be a man, a guy, and not do these things, like that. This is what I'm talking about. Like, the court phase, not like.
Well, I would say then my parents, and I'm not bragging at all, but just being upfront, I feel like my parents did an excellent job in training me for marriage. I rarely saw my parents have an argument. I never see my parents cursing at each other. I never saw my dad lift his hand. Like, I've had friends that tell me that their parents actually fought. I had friends that said, a lot of friends that parents divorced. And so thank God I never had to experience that. Growing up, my dad always taught me what to look for in a man. He told me the first thing the man needs to do is love God. He told me after that,
that's what I'm talking about.
He told me after that he needs to love his mama. He said if he don't love his mama, he's not going to love you.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah.
He told me if he ever lifts his hand at you, like he said, he don't even have to touch you, but he could be on the side of the room, and if he lifts his hand, leave. Don't even give him another chance or a second chance. So my dad prepared me for, what to look for in a man. He gave me an example by just showing me how to love my mom. My mom showed me what it's like to respect a husband. So I would have to just give them credit. They trained me, and half the time they didn't even know they were training me. I'm just watching them, how they live. Like, I'm seeing my mom cook, and I'm seeing my mom clean. I'm seeing my mom pray for us, take us to church. I'm seeing my dad go outside and take care of the yard work. When something's broke, I'm watching him. He fixes it. So these are just things that I see. And when I got married, I'm like, okay, Husband, yeah, I don't know how to fix that. So luckily Jamal comes in and he's the person that kind of fills my dad's role. So I say my parents did a wonderful job raising me.
That's cool. It's something I have to give credit to my mother as well. To you mentioned about if a man ever raises his hand at you, something my mom almost she's almost beat it. Like she said so many times is you never raise your hand at a woman ever. And say if it ever gets to that point to where you feel like you have to raise your hand, you should leave. That's what she always told me. Just leave.
Oh, we would have been good then, because we would have been real good. Because if you would have raised your hand, I would have left. So we wasn't gonna have a problem.
so my mother not gonna have a problem. My mother did teach me that you never raise your hand at a woman ever. You never do that. Never. And she used to tell me that all the time. Never raise. So it's like, okay, I never raise my hand. I got it, Mom. No, you don't got it. You never raise your hand.
That's okay, because you wouldn't have had a chance to raise your hand. I would have been gone already.
Yeah. So she said you have to. If you get upset, you get angry, you walk away, you leave, because at the end of the day, if somebody calls the police, they're arresting you. As she told me. So my mother, Deidre Holloway Burke, taught me that, and that's something that I cherish from her, that I was able to take to marriage. That's one thing I can say she did teach me very well. It's any other things that my mother taught me or my dad taught me.
And again, our topic is training your children for marriage. So it's not necessarily us every day saying, hey, when you get married, you need to do A, B, C, or D. Mm-hmm. No, a lot of times we don't have to say anything to them.
Yeah, indirect training.
Indirect training. You wake up in the morning, we have a routine. You make good grades, you take care of your room, make your bed up, even though we don't force them to make their bed up. We should. But I have to say this, we don't always make our bed up either. So it's kind of hard to.
I will say this, we don't always, but honestly, I would say 90% of the time, 5 days out of the week, Monday through Friday, we make our bed
Monday
up.
through Friday, but the weekend.
Yeah, weekends, we probably let it go. But Monday through Friday, we make our beds up. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty consistent with that.
And some things that really stuck with me from a child is praying. Every morning before school, my mom prayed with us. And so that's why I do that. That's why we do that now as a family. Mm-hmm. And so hopefully when they get married, they'll do the same thing, because prayer is what holds the family together.
Yeah, I can honestly say that. Yeah.
And when you're having a bad day, prayer is what can change your day. Mm-hmm. When you're afraid, like the kids, may have a day they don't feel like going to school, they don't want to take the STAR test or whatever may be happening, I always say, did you pray about it? Mm-hmm. And that actually works for me. I throw everything on prayer and Jesus. They'd be like, Mommy, what about this? I say, well, or they want something that's negative, like Ivy, for instance. I don't like this. I say, your attitude is very negative right now. I need you to change your mindset. I need you to change your attitude, because you're speaking those things into the atmosphere, and that's what's going to happen. So I need you to stop it right now. I need you to go talk to Jesus and tell him to help you on this, because I can't do it. And what you're saying right now is negative. Now you go home and fix that problem.
That's something that too I do appreciate about our family too, that I think, and I pray for, I believe they will, but I strongly pray that they take that to their families. Is that at least through the work week, Monday through Friday, we pray together, in the mornings, so we can have a productive day. We have a safe day, and we have an opportunity to be lights in the world. That's something I always say. When we do pray with our children, let us be lights in the world, to where other people can see our light, and hopefully that light, carry over to them. As we represent Christ. But that's Monday through Friday. And then on weekends we don't, because again we're on a relaxed mindset, maybe. But
on the weekend, we pray at church. So Sunday kind of counts.
I think this is the reason why, though, because Monday through Friday we separate, though, because we're all going to they go to school, we go to work, and so on the weekends
we have to cover ourselves because we go in different directions.
Yeah, so I think that's primarily why we really we cover ourselves with prayer through Monday through Friday, and that's a way of training your kids too. Now, more specific things too. We have those things, those innuendos of praying and being indirect. One thing I want to talk about too, say our kids are young right now. They're my son. They're not quite preteens yet. He's getting there, but
he's 12. Wow.
His time is flying. But what other things say right now, our son is 11 years old right now. Can our son have a girlfriend?
No.
When can he have a girlfriend?
When he's 18.
When he's 18?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because that's what my daddy taught me. even though I did have some boyfriends before that, I did it behind his back. He did not approve of it. Yeah, Dad. I'm just spilling the beans. But yeah, that whole 18 business. My daughter asked me the other day, she said, Mommy, when can I take the spaghetti string, and one guy, when can I do the spaghetti test? Like when the guy takes the spaghetti in one end and I take the spaghetti in the other end, and we both slurp the spaghetti. I said, when you're 18, but why?
Hold
I said,
up.
because
Why say 18 though? Tell me why. Why is 18?
I told her 18 because she'll be graduating, going to college. Then she can have a boy. She said, well, well, why can't we kiss? I said, because you need to wait to marriage. You need to wait to marriage. But you and Daddy kissed before marriage. I said, yes, we did. But you need to wait until you get married.
Well, we were well beyond 18 by that time. So
I just threw a number out there because I know they're going to be kids, and kids are going to do what kids do.
Okay, so all right, so 18, we go to college, or that's considered, American or world adult age. Although you still, I wouldn't classify an 18-year-old. I wouldn't even classify 18-year-old to 25 almost as an adult, really.
It depends on maturity wise, because there's some 50-year-olds that act like they're 18, they act younger than our children. So it depends on your mindset.
That's true too, but even though at a certain point of age, though, you're expected to do these things. You might not be mature. You might not be mature in that aspect, but the thing is, how the rest of society is, generally acts at a certain age. So you just acting a fool, that's on you, But that's why I say 18, 25, you can make some mistakes. You still, I think you still have some room to make some. Think about it, because from 18 and 25, like 18, you can't smoke, you can't drink. I believe 18. I think it's 21. Well, you can smoke at 18. At 21, you can drink, and then then when you rent a car. It's like you're paying more money to rent a car, and then at 25, and insurance comes, all this stuff be classified as adult. But I say this too, I think that we should do too is incorporate in our training of children as well. Is like, when do you try? The thing is, I think that we don't really train why to get married, or when to really try to get married. I know for a lot of young women, it's like, okay, cool. I want to have a husband one day, right? And that's their goal. And it's indoctrinated, especially in our culture.
I knew I wanted to get married when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, so as I'm saying, you knew that, but also too, I think in a sense, it's almost indoctrinated into you to want to get married. And so
that's all I knew. That's all I knew, because my parents were married, mm-hmm. So I didn't know anything else otherwise. My dad is from Illinois, my mom is from Mississippi. Mm-hmm. So when they came to Houston, they didn't have any family in Houston, so I wasn't around really about anybody but my parents. So mm-hmm. That's the only thing I knew that was right, was to be married, and
that's good. But the thing is, and then when I was coming up, although I did have marriage around me, it wasn't so indoctrinated for the boy or males to get married. You want to get married. The thing was you have fun, you have girlfriends, you date and all that stuff, and then if you want to get married, you find the one that you like, maybe you get married. And I think that's the wrong mindset to have, especially going into today's time, because we have a lot, as I look at, I still watch some dating shows. A few of them. And I see how the young people are now when it comes to dating, and it seems like they don't really have any goals. They're like, okay, I'm gonna date somebody just to have fun, even all the way up until they're my age in their 40s. It's like, I'm just dating just to have fun. Like, wait a minute, don't you ever want to settle down?
Some people don't have that desire to settle down. That's just. Yeah, everybody's different.
Well, I'm not going to use that excuse,
if we're gonna be Christians, I'm not going to even say that either.
No, because even Christians, I'm not going to use the excuse that everybody's different, because at the same time, it's like, okay, how the world is going right now, it seems like everybody's leading away from marriage. They're like, okay, cool, I'm not going to do it because there's so much risk and all that stuff. And it's like they're they're being indoctrinated by society to go away from marriage. You see what I'm saying? It's like, when it gets to people my age, still out here trying to play the field and all that. So I'm like, wait, what are you doing?
Okay, so what are we talking about? Training up your children?
Yeah, train up your children. So the thing is, we had to get back to indoctrinating our kids that marriage is a good thing, and these are the reasons why. I believe that I really want our children. I said my children, but our children like they can to like when they go to school or trade school or whatever, when they're in between to the ages of 18 and 25, to start looking for your not just girlfriend or boyfriend, but actually start looking for your spouse. You're like at that point, you're not dating just to like, ooh, I just want to see the vibe or have fun, and all that stuff. Because I did that and I was wrong for doing that. Like I dated people and I had no intention of ever marrying them or settling down with some, I was like, because I was in that mindset, like, just have fun and then get lucky. And then if I get lucky, I mean, I had the intention to get married, but at the same time, it's like, I wasn't intentional about dating to get married.
And then I would say also it depends on like who's in your circle. For instance, in our circle, most people we hang with are married. Mm-hmm. So my kids, that's what they know. That's what they see. They see both sides of grandparents are married. They see their aunts and uncles are married. Mm-hmm. And then they see, so that's all they know. They don't really know to get older and be single because they don't see that. So I truly believe that they will be married. Trent already said it. I used to tell Ivan that when we get older, that we're going to get one big house and we're going to live in a big old mansion, like all of us, him and his wife and his family. Trent told me no already. She said she's moving away. And she's not going to do that. But Ivan used to agree. He was like, yeah, we're going to stay everybody in one big house. But as of lately, he's changed his mind. He told me he doesn't want to stay in the same house. And my feelings were hurt because I was like, wait, but we're going to all live in one big house together.
And it's trying to be like that show back in the day. It was on. What was it called?
And Trent told me she wasn't going to get married, but now
the pastor, this family lived in a big mansion. What was it called? You remember that show?
Oh, the Greenleaf.
It was Greenleaf. Yeah, the whole family. So,
but you know what? I know this is off topic, but a lot of cultures do that, like families. And I don't see why we can't do that as families. Like get one big house. It's because for one, it benefits everybody. It helps. Like if you have 4 adults living in one house and you got a mortgage, everybody can chip in. If you have children, then and you want to go on a date, y'all can take turns and be like, okay, auntie such and such gonna watch the kids this week, or grandparents are gonna watch them while we all go out. We don't have to find a babysitter. I just think it's beneficial for everybody to live in one house.
Well, the thing about it is, it's because, like I said earlier, you want to indoctrinate your children to, for marriage. Our culture has indoctrinated us to be like, do it all by yourself and be on your own. So it's like, okay, I finally made it, right? Like I'm an adult. I have my own money, I have my own job, and then I'm gonna have my own place away from my parents. It's a honor, especially in American society, of doing that. Like, striving your own stuff. And a lot of times, a lot of people do it because you have rules. Like, sometimes, like, if you live with your parents, right? They want you to do certain things the way like. They don't want you to go out. When I say if you want to go, like, say we were married, right? I'm just saying some things like why people might not want to do it. If we live with either my parents or your parents and say like, okay, cool, we're gonna go out at 9:00, right? And they want us to be back at 10:00, but we had intention on being out until 11:00. I'm just saying, you
just have to abide by the rules. But I believe if you agree to live together and you're all grown, everybody's gonna have to make their own decision. As long as you're living like you're not shacking up. So
yeah.
If you're gonna go out on a date, you're not gonna be in it too. Just tell us so that we're not spooked when the door opens up at 2 a.m.
2 a.m. is the way. That's pushing it though.
That's pushing it, but I'm saying like if everybody's grown and doing their own thing, at least tell us in advance you coming home at 2 a.m. But I don't want us to all live together. And I'm like, okay, Ivan, you have to be back from your date at 11:00. Because when you're having fun, you don't want to end the date.
Yeah, definitely. So, or have another, he get a big enough house to where like he can go to the back door so you don't hear it open or whatever, so you don't wake up. But as a mother, I know how my mother was. Like when I used to go out, I don't even think she went to sleep, or she pretended she was asleep until I got back home. And so,
I'm not gonna go to sleep either because I'm gonna be waking up and say, "How was it? What y'all do? What y'all do?"
And so that could be, because it's just a thing that that parents do.
Trinity come through that door and be like, "Girl, how was it? What did he do? What happened? This and that." I'm be that nosy mama. Then Ivan come home like, "Come on, son, come in the kitchen with me right quick. Let's have some coffee. Let's have some coffee talk."
But I'm not gonna lie to you though. I mean, I maybe if people have been listening before. Or they may have heard me say this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the way I'm not gonna say all African cultures, but some African cultures and mostly Indian culture, how they do things as far as how they rear their children into marriage. especially I say specifically more so the Indian culture. Now, when they come to America, everything changes because everything is like they adopt the American culture. But when they're in their own home native countries like India and at some African countries, they have their own culture where they have an arranged marriage.
I don't want no arranged marriage.
I like this is the reason why I like it, because I know it's a foreign concept in American society, but the reason why I like it is because in the end nothing is perfect. But you
probably wouldn't be with me if you had an arranged marriage.
I know that if it was arranged marriage, but this is the reason why I say it though, is because okay, cool. Like before your children like you start dating and things like that, okay. The parents meet each other, right? Okay, they talk, and we talk about family history. We talk about all that stuff about family, medical. If kids behave, all that stuff. So you find out all these things, and hopefully, you're with another set of parents that are truthful, like they're telling the truth. And the other day, okay, cool. Like my son is doing this, and he has this type of job. He has that type of job. My daughter's doing this. You really exchange the information.
And then they hate each other.
They don't hate each other. No, they don't. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the kids. When you force them to get married.
No, they don't. They don't hate. I've never seen it. I've never seen it to where they hate each other.
Well, you already have somebody.
Except on one occasion, but for the most part.
But how many people do you know that had arranged marriage? You don't know a lot of people with arranged marriages around here.
I mean, I'm talking about Indian cultures.
You don't know anybody personally except for one. And guess what? No. What are they?
What?
What are they? They're divorced. The couple that was arranged marriage?
No, I know a couple people that have been arranged marriage from high school that have been arranged marriage. I couldn't believe it, but yeah. But even at work, at my job, I know two people who had arranged marriage. One worked and they're still married now, and the other person didn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's 50-50 chance. That's how it is in America right now. There's a 50-50 chance.
No, it's not 50-50.
In America, there's 50% of people getting divorced.
So, because you used to call me Google, so I'm gonna use my Google knowledge.
Here we go.
All right.
Google.
So when it comes to arranged marriage versus marriages that are not arranged, they have 80% success rate.
Where you get your knowledge from?
This is Google.
There you go, Google. Y'all don't believe everything.
Look.
Don't believe what?
They have 80%. I mean, I'm saying.
What has 80%?
I'm saying you can Google it right now.
We're not going to Google anything. We're not, because Google's not always right.
I'm saying statistically they have like a higher success rate as far as staying together.
But let's go back to training your children. If everybody trained their children correctly, you wouldn't have to do that. Like if we just say some other couple, I'm throwing a name out there. Y'all don't take this name. I'm making a name of Mitchell. Say it was a Mitchell family. They raised their family. They raised their children. And the Holloways, we raised our kids, right? The Mitchell family, they were married, they were God-fearing, they did everything, they raised their children well. We raised ours well. Oh, they just so happened, went to the same college, met each other. Why would you need to arrange that? They both came from a good household.
Good question. All right. So now, because we are a spiritual, we believe in Jesus Christ, and we believe in we believe not only Jesus Christ, we believe in the Most High, His Father. So we believe in the Bible. So in the Bible, what did they do? Like when it came to Leah and Rachel, her father came in. That was like even from the beginning, that was like an arranged marriage too.
So but we're talking about training children. No, we're not talking about arranged marriages today.
No. We're
talking about training your children.
No, the topic is training your children
for marriage.
For marriage. So I'm saying I think it'd be easier to do that process. Train your children. You train children for marriage because if it's arranged, it's just an option. I'm not talking about arranged marriage. I'm saying from a standpoint of you're training your children to be married and it's an arranged. I think it's an easier process. That's where I'm going with it. Like the Bible, Adam and Eve. God arranged that marriage. He
arranged our marriage.
No.
Yes, he did. Who in the world?
I'm not saying
you're in New Orleans. Okay. I'm in Houston.
No, okay. So
how in the world?
No,
if he didn't arrange that.
God. All right. So God made Eve for Adam,
and God made Jamal for Ashley.
How you
believe me?
How you gonna spin it like that?
God made Jamal for Ashley.
So you made Ashley for Jamal.
Either way, the case is, you wouldn't. Nobody else could deal with you, and nobody else could deal with me. And you know it.
Oh,
you know it. Okay. We got two weird people coming together.
Oh, so you admit you're weird?
You're weird, just like me. We're weird together.
Okay.
W squared.
Okay. And so it did.
You know it. Just gonna admit it.
All
You're just more weirder than me.
I'm more.
You're more weirder.
That's a word. I don't think that's a word. But anyway, let's just get back to the grass tax. As I like to say, grass tax. That's
why you're
word.
weird.
That's my
grass tax.
It's a grass tax of things.
Grassroots.
It's grass tax too. You see, you don't know. You get a dictionary. But anyway, yeah,
I have one. I have one.
Get a dictionary.
I have one right
But
here.
anyway, so I mean, honestly though, if you have children, and especially if you're married, you should be doing some indirect things, a lot of indirect things, but also some intentional things, so that when they grow up, like marriage is the way to go. We want your children to get married. You don't want them to be out there for a long period of time. Like honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want my children to be in their 30s and not married.
Okay.
That's not that mean. Of course, things can happen. We don't know, but I prefer if there are people. I got married at the age of 29, and then my wife.
And I was 27.
Yeah,
I think, or was I 26?
No,
I was a baby. I was still a baby.
No,
Everybody's like, I got married too young. I don't think I got married too young.
No. I think but because he is in your 30s, you're starting to really just be set in your ways, and then another thing is you're a little bit stubborn. I would say
more stubborn.
So you're not as amenable as you are in your 20, because you get married in your 20, you're still learning, and can say you're doing something I've never seen before or I'm not used to. In my 30s, I might not even tolerate that. I'm like, I don't like that.
Don't push me. I told you I will leave. I will leave.
But in my 20s, I'm like, okay, you might be a little bit more tolerant or something. And except one thing, well, look, when we first met, I did not eat guacamole. As a matter of fact, I thought it was gross. I couldn't stand it. I did not eat it. I didn't even want to give it a chance.
And I didn't eat lemon pie. I didn't want to give it a chance. It was disgusting. I didn't want to look at a lemon pie.
Yeah. But
when we got married, she said, just go ahead and try it. Just try it.
And he told me to just go and try one bite. Just taste one bite.
And I was like, you know what? This is not as bad as I thought it would be.
And I was like, you know what? Let me taste it again. Let me taste that one more time.
Yeah. And now I love guacamole.
Now I love lemon pie.
But in my 30s, I might have been too stubborn to really I know I don't like guacamole.
In my 30s, I'd be like, I don't want no nasty lemon pie. Don't bring me no lemon pie around here. Don't do no lemon meringue with that egg white on top of my stuff.
So I'm saying, I think, this is my opinion. I think in your 20s, you're a little bit more amenable to change or accepting something that's different. Versus when you're 30, you kind of more hard set in your ways. The thing is,
not necessarily. I change all the time.
Well, I just say this. I talk when it comes to relationship things, typically they say as you get older, you're more stubborn in the things that you do. That this is and you're supposed to, you become more conservative in a sense, for you, expose your personality. It's okay, this is what I believe, this is what I do, and it's not really going to change.
For 50 years.
I'm not stopping. I'm not going to change it as you get older. And so that's what I'm saying. So in your 20s, if you find somebody and get married, you're more accepting of okay, I'm willing to try this.
Okay, I'm willing to deal with you turning that toilet tissue the other way, but all my life I've been pulling it like this. Exactly. But now every time I go in there, I got to do it like this. Mm-hmm. So I got used to, I was willing to adjust on the toilet tissue roll. It didn't matter to me, honestly.
Yeah.
You was all particular about why you keep putting the toilet tissue on like this. I'm like, what do you mean? Does it work? Can you pull it? Then what do you use toilet tissue for? Do you use it because you want to pull it this way or because you want to pull it that way? I mean, godly. But I want to say this. Mm-hmm. I think when you train your children for marriage too, you should train them how to wash dishes, how to cook, mm-hmm. how to clean, how to love their husband, respect their husband, or respect their spouse, love their spouse. Mm-hmm. I think you should teach them those ways, because who wants to go live with somebody in a direct way? Mm-hmm. You don't want to be with somebody that's nasty, don't know how to wash dishes or mm-hmm. leave dishes everywhere. That's not godly. Mm-mm.
That's not godly.
That's not godly. Mm-mm.
Just because you look dirty, that's not godly.
That's not godly.
Oh, really?
Cleanliness is next to godliness. I don't even know if that's in the Bible, but I'll be here.
It's not in the Bible, but
But still, you don't want to live with somebody that's trifling. And if you let your kids do that, they're gonna do it when they get older.
That's true. I will say that.
Or some might be a little stubborn, like you, because I know your mama didn't raise you to throw your clothes on the floor, and you know that. Mm-hmm. You know that.
But yeah, so You don't want to take too much of time. You know, we're going to keep doing this, and hopefully in the future, we're going to get more comments. I see Montrese came on. Thank you for coming, Montrese. I don't know how long you stayed. I see Joshua James. Oh, Joshua, what's up, Josh? You're in California, man. Nice to see you on here. Hope you and your wife are doing very well. So thank you for just coming to spend some time with us as we do this. Our podcast / Facebook, live.
I used to have a microphone, but my husband told me we don't need that.
We don't need it.
Let me show you your microphone. Let me show you.
Thank you, Victoria
McAllister. That's Victoria. We still nursing student.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing. One thing I want to do too is anybody that does come on, if you leave a comment or if I see you, I definitely want to just say thank you for spending even if it's a short period of time. Just thank you for spending that time with us. We're trying to build our audience. And as we are trying to, if you have any comments or questions you want to ask, we would love to, have you just, talk to us about that.
Or if there's a topic that you all would like to talk about, we would love to have some feedback on that. We'll definitely talk about it. One thing about Jamal and I, we've been doing marriage ministry for about 13 years now. We don't have an official marriage ministry per se with a church, but we are very open and transparent. Oh, and we are trained and certified to do marriage counseling if anybody wants it or needs it or, whatever the case might be. But what I was trying to say is that we are very transparent and open. What you see on this screen is what you get. Like, this is just us every day. Would you say that?
I think so. Yeah. We definitely are very open-minded, and we are transparent about our lives, about just about everything. But sometimes some people might say we're a little bit too transparent, but
yeah, some people do say that. But you know what? One thing I can say is that from the past, when we did marriage ministry, people always say you can't forget those holidays. Like, not bragging, but maybe, and half the time me and Jamal just be talking, and people, it must impact other people. Some of the stuff we say, like, man, they did that. And we just be talking. That's it. Yeah, we had an argument. I don't even know when was the last time we argued.
Yesterday.
Oh, we did. What was it about? I forgot.
I don't know, but whatever it was about.
Whatever the case. Whatever the case.
As long as you know you were wrong.
What I'm saying is,
right.
We are not perfect at all. It's fun being married.
Yes, marriage is fun, and I encourage everyone to run toward marriage. Of course, you have some things in your life that you need to iron out to get better. Seek help. Talk to other people, good people. You need a therapist or a psychiatrist, whatever. I encourage that. Do the work to get self-help first. Mm-hmm. Make sure you can be, so you're not messing somebody else's life up. And
if you have children, let your children see what a good marriage looks like. Don't argue in front of them. Don't curse in front of them. Definitely no fighting. And what else you want to just show them? Oh, even just let them see you cooking. Let them see you working out. Let them see you taking care of your body.
Mm-hmm. Those things too. So all these are indirect cues for like a healthy person, and then hopefully it leads to a healthy marriage. So yeah. So with that though, I think we pretty much covered majority of
And if you want to leave a scripture, there is a scripture that says, "Train up the child in the way that they should go, and when they get older, they will not depart from you." I can't remember the exact verse, but that's in the Bible. You can go Google that too. Honor thy father and thy mother. And when you get old, you live a long life. I paraphrase that, but yes, I teach my kids whenever they trying to be disrespectful to me. I say, look, y'all know what the Bible says, right? You're supposed to honor your father and mother if you want to live a long life.
You shorten your life. You
shorten your life. I show enough. I'm telling you, let me tell you a trick. If you ever want to get your children to obey you, or you want them to act right, just throw a little scripture on them. That's all you gotta do. I do that all the time. They act up. I be like, look, you know what the Bible says about that, right? Well, what you think? I say, if Jesus is looking at you right now, what you think he gonna do? Oh, they straighten up. Boy, you put that Bible on them.
Well, you gotta train them up to respect God. Though.
Yeah, they respect God now, because every time I do that, if I say anything, I love what Jesus do right now. If Jesus was right here right now and he heard you say that, what would he do? Yeah, I got that psychology on him.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing. But we're going to go ahead and close out for this Sunday. We hope everybody has a great Sunday. The day's, it's the first Sunday. So if you take communion, I hope you got a chance to take communion. It's May right now.
It's the Cinco de Mayo. We're going to have a festive today. Oh, yeah, we forgot to say happy Cinco de Mayo. We're going to have a Cinco de Mayo party today. I'm sorry, guys. I know we're supposed to get off this thing, but he's going to ask me, Trinity asked me, why do we celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, why do we celebrate
Since I was a kid, I remember going to Hunter's Lane right across the street. The girls would come up and the guys and they would dance in their pretty dress, and I just loved it. And ever since then, I love celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Mexican food is my favorite food. So I got my phone out on our way to church, and I was like, okay, Trinity, this is why we celebrate Cinco de Mayo. He gonna have the nerve to ask me, so do you think they celebrate Juneteenth?
Yeah, I sure did say that. I sure did. Yes, I sure did.
Do you think they celebrate June? I said, yes, they do celebrate Juneteenth.
Well,
no, they don't. No, they don't. I say, yes, they do. Anytime you have any type of holiday where it involves food
I was just saying that this is because that's just me.
No. I told him, well, fine. If you don't want to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, we're gonna do la 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 bamba together. We're gonna have beans, rice. We're going to have tostadas, lettuce, tomatoes, guacamole, sour cream, cheese. We're going to have chicken fajitas, beef fajitas, all the fixings. And I'm going to put some balloons up. The kids are going to blow them up. We're going to have a whole party over here. And he's just going to be left out since he don't want to celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
Anybody else celebrate Cinco de Mayo? Hey, I'm with you. But honestly, I love any holiday that involves a little food.
She loves all the holidays, don't matter. Every single holiday.
I would celebrate any holiday. You want to celebrate Hanukkah? I would celebrate Hanukkah. What other holiday we gonna celebrate? What's the next one? Memorial Day.
We're gonna celebrate fertility.
Fertility?
Yeah.
What you talking about fertility? What's that coming?
Yeah.
That's not a holiday.
That's a holiday. He celebrated. He already celebrated.
What you talking about?
Fertility. We're gonna celebrate the gods of fertility.
When is that holiday?
You know, when you already celebrated.
Oh, when you have your kids?
The God of fertility. Fertile? The God of fertility. See, that's what I said. She don't even know. She don't even know what she celebrate.
I don't celebrate fertility, guys.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Come back next time.
Okay, that's what we're gonna talk about next week, the fertility guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
How can you not know? You celebrate. You just celebrated.
Huh?
You just celebrated.
Oh, you talking about that time? You talking about that once a month thing?
She is clueless.
Easter. Boy, you need to stop.
That's what I'm saying. She don't even know.
That is not what I call it. I do not call it the fertility holiday.
That's what it is.
That's not what it's called. It's called Easter, Resurrection Sunday.
The bunny rabbit.
I do not celebrate fertility.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. Just because you all are Grinch and don't want to celebrate Christmas. No. Well, I'm still not going to let that go. My husband don't want to celebrate Christmas.
Nope.
But that's okay. We got Mother's Day coming up, so I'm expecting something. I want some earrings. What you gonna give me for Mother's Day?
A lemon pie.
I don't want no lemon pie. I told you what I wanted. See, that's the other thing, men that are watching. If your woman says, "Can I please have some earrings?" Please don't get her no lemon pie. She just told you what she wanted. She made it easy. Golly, how much more are you gonna do? I said earrings, and you gonna say lemon pie? No,
I'm just messing around.
Well, that's fine.
But I like to celebrate Mother's and Father's Day. I'm not gonna lie. I like to celebrate that just to but especially
it's not a pagan holiday.
Some people argue with it, but I don't care. I do celebrate those. I think a mother and a father should be honored because of what we do. And the thing is, some people. Not everybody does it, if it was supposed to do it, but believe it or not, a great deal of people who have children in our society they choose not to be a mother. They choose not to be a father. And so the fact that we actually take the time to, raise our children up and to do the right thing, to be active people in the society, I think a mother and a father, people that take time to raise their children, also even people that take time to raise other people's children, they should be honored. And so I like Mother's Day and I like Father's Day. And if anybody has something to say about it, well, that's just what it is.
Yep. And so we will see you guys May the 11th, which is next Sunday, which is actually the day we're going to celebrate Mother's Day. So right now I have on little pearl earrings. Everybody, we're worldwide, nationwide, whoever's watching, I asked my family for some earrings for Mother's Day. So if you see me in these pearls next week, that means I didn't get my earrings for Mother's Day.
Oh, she gonna put this on the spot just like that?
I've been asking for some earrings for a month. I said, I said, y'all, can y'all give me some earrings for Mother's Day? I just want one pair of earrings.
All right.
Again, everybody has seen this and y'all have seen what I've asked for.
She got it on video recording.
It's on video. We have witnesses. I didn't ask for a lemon pie.
Okay.
So don't give me a lemon pie.
All right. No problem. I'll get you some lemon pie earrings.
I don't. And I'm gonna make you eat every piece of it. Give me no lemon pie earrings. I don't want that.
All right.
I think that's enough. Go in peace, go in love, go in joy. check it out.
All right, check it out. Jim and Ash, Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash. Talk to you guys later. God bless. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, that's it. And in.